Hello, it is your host, Tiffany Nailz. Today I'm here with one of my most favorite books, Your Word is Your Wand by Florence Scovel Shinn. I am going to read a few chapters from it. I think it is a beautiful book. It has beautiful wording and it has some simple principles that you could possibly apply to your life for prosperity, health, wealth, happiness, and love. So without further ado, I'm going to read a few chapters from my book, and I hope you like it. Chapter 1. Your word is your wand. Man's word is his wand, filled with magic and power. Jesus Christ emphasized the power of the word. By thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. And death and life are in the power of the tongue. So man has the power to change an unhappy condition by waving over it the wand of his word. In the place of sorrow appears joy. In the place of sickness appears health. In the place of lack appears plenty. For example, a woman came for a treatment for prosperity. She possessed just $2 in the world. I said, we bless the $2 and know that you have the magic purse of the Spirit. It can never be depleted. As money goes out, immediately money comes in, under grace in perfect ways. I see it always jammed with money. Yellow bills, green bills, pink checks, blue checks, white checks, gold, silver, and currency. I see it bulging with abundance. She replied, I fill my bag heavy with money, and was so filled with faith that she gave me one of her dollars as a love offering. I did not dare refuse it and see lack for her, as it was important that I hold the picture of plenty. Shortly afterwards, she was made a gift of $6,000. Fearless faith and the spoken word brought it to pass. The affirmation of the magic purse is very powerful, as it brings a vivid picture to the mind. It is impossible not to see your purse or wallet filled with money when using the words crammed, jammed. The imaging faculty is the creative faculty, and it is important to choose words which brings a flash of the fulfillment of the demand. Never force a picture by visualizing. Let the divine idea flash into your conscious mind. Then the student is working according to the divine design. Jesus Christ said, Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. This means that man must know the truth of every situation which confronts him. There is no truth in lack or limitation. He waves over it the wand of his word, and the wilderness rejoices and the blossoms as the rose. Fear, doubt, anxiety, anger, resentment pull down the cells of the body, shock the nervous system, and are the causes of disease and disaster. Happiness and health must be earned by absolute control of the emotional nature. Power moves but is never moved. When man stands calm, serene, has a good appetite, feels contented and happy when appearances are against him, he has reached mastery. Then he has the power to rebuke the winds and the waves, to control conditions. His word is his wand, and he transmutes apparent failure into success. He knows his universal supply is endless and immediate, and all his needs are manifest instantly on the external. For example, a woman at sea awoke in the morning hearing the foghorns blowing. A dense fog had settled on the ocean with no apparent signs of clearing. She immediately spoke the word. There are no fogs in divine mind, so let the fog be lifted. I give thanks for the sun. Soon the sun came out, for man has dominion over the elements, over all created things. Every man has the power to lift the fog in his life. It may be a fog of lack of money, love, happiness, or health. Give thanks for the sun. Chapter 2. Success. There are certain words or pictures which impress the subconscious mind. For example, a man called asking me to speak the word for his right work. I gave him the statement, Behold, I have set before thee the open door of destiny, and no man shall shut it. It didn't seem to make much impression, so I was inspired to add, "And no man shall shut it, for it is nailed back." The man was electrified and went out walking on air. Within a few weeks, he was called to a distant city to fill a wonderful position which came about in a miraculous way. I give another example of a woman who fearlessly followed a hunch. She was working for a small salary when she read my book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. The thought came in a flash to start a business for herself and open a tea room and candy shop. The idea staggered her at first, but it persisted. So she boldly went forth and procured a shop and assistants. She spoke the word for supply, for she did not have money to back her enterprise. It came in a miraculous way, and the shop opened. From the first day, it was filled with people, and now it is crammed, jammed. They stand in line and wait. One day, being a holiday, her assistants became gloomy, and they said they could not expect to do much business. My student, however, replied that God was her supply, and every day was a good day. In the afternoon, an old friend came to see the shop and bought a 2-pound box of candy. He gave her a check, and when she looked at it and found it was for $100, so it was indeed a good day. $100 for a box of candy. She says every morning she enters the shop with wonder and gives thanks that she has the fearless faith that wins. Chapter 3. Prosperity. Man comes into the world financed by God with all that he desires and requires already on his pathway. The supply is released through the faith and the spoken word. If thou canst believe, all things are possible. For example, a woman came to me one day to tell me of her experience and using the information she read in my book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. She was without experience but desired a good position on the stage. She took the affirmation, "Infinite Spirit, open the way for my great abundance. I am an irresistible magnet for all that belongs to me by divine right." She was given a very important part in a successful opera. She said it was a miracle due to the affirmation, which I repeated hundreds of times. Affirmations. I now draw from the abundance of the spheres my immediate and endless supply. All channels are free, all doors are open. I now release the gold mine within me. I am linked with an endless golden stream of prosperity, which comes to me under grace in perfect ways. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of abundance forever. My God is a God of plenty, and I now receive all that I desire or require and more. All that is mine by divine right is now released and reaches me in great avalanches of abundance, under grace in miraculous ways. My supply is endless, inexhaustible, and immediate, and comes to me under grace in perfect ways. All channels are free, and all doors fly open for my immediate, endless, divine design supply. My ships come in over a calm sea, under grace in perfect ways. I give thanks that the millions which are mine by divine right now pour in and pile up under grace in perfect ways. Unexpected doors fly open, unexpected channels are free, and the endless avalanches of abundance are poured out upon me under grace in perfect ways. I spend money under direct inspiration wisely and fearlessly, knowing my supply is endless and immediate. I am fearless in letting money go out, knowing God is my immediate and endless supply. Chapter 4. Happiness. In that wonderful moving picture, The Thief of Baghdad, we were told in letters of light that happiness must be earned. It is earned through the perfect control of the emotional nature. There can be no happiness where there is fear, apprehension, or dread. With perfect faith in God comes a feeling of security and happiness. When man knows that there is an invincible power that protects him and all that he loves and brings to him every righteous desire of the heart, he relaxes all nervous tension and is happy and satisfied. He is undisturbed by adverse appearances, knowing that infinite intelligence is protecting his interests and utilizing every situation to bring his good to pass. I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in a desert. Uneasy lies the head that wears a frown. Anger, resentment, ill will, jealousy, and revenge rob man of his happiness and bring sickness, failure, and poverty in their wake. Resentment has ruined more homes than drink and killed more people than war. For example, there was a woman who was healthy and happy and married to a man she loved. The man died and left part of his estate to a relative. The woman was filled with resentment. She lost weight and was able to do her work, developed gallstones, and became very ill. A medical physician called upon her one day. He said, "Woman, see that hate and resentment have done to you? They have caused hard stones to form in your body, and only forgiveness and goodwill can cure you." The woman saw the truth of the statement. She became harmonious and forgiving and regained her splendid health. Affirmations. I am now deluged with the happiness that was planned for me in the beginning. My barns are full. My cup flows over with joy. My endless good now comes to me in endless ways. I have a wonderful joy in a wonderful way, and my wonderful joy has come to stay. Happy surprises come to me each day. I look with wonder at which is before me. I walk boldly up to the lion on my pathway and find it is a friendly Airedale. I am harmonious, happy, radiant, detached from the tyranny of fear. My happiness is built upon a rock. It is mine now and for all eternity. My good now flows to me in a steady, unbroken, ever-increasing stream of happiness. My happiness is God's affair. Therefore, no one can interfere. As I am one with God, I am now one with my heart's desire. I give thanks for my permanent happiness, my permanent health, my permanent wealth, my permanent love. I am harmonious, happy, and divinely magnetic, and now draw to me my ships over a calm sea. God's idea for me are perfect and permanent. My heart's desire is a perfect idea in divine mind, incorruptible and indestructible, and now comes to pass under grace in a magical way. That was chapters 1 through 4 of Your Wand is Your Word by Florence Scovel Shinn. I hope you like it, and thank you for tuning in and listening to my channel. It is your host, Tiffany Nailz. I talk to you soon. Take care.